Welcome to this Single Player Report podcast. I am your host, Jarvey Rocks, and today we got some stuff we're going to be talking about. Yay! Some of it bad, some of it pretty good. I'm pretty excited for all this. The later half of the announcements. I'm pretty excited for those later half stuff. I'm not excited for the couple first stories because they're not good. They're fucking at it again. All the companies they're not at it again. They've been at it because this new update is kind of based on news that I talked about last week. Not the PlayStation stuff. This is all Xbox. All Xbox, baby. And kind of PlayStation. Kind of. More talking about a content creator than I am talking about PlayStation in this video. But, first story is Xbox is cutting 4 renowned studios in major reset. So basically Xbox has said that they want to focus more on bigger projects, and they're kind of laying off. They're laying off studios, and they're also kind of just getting rid of studios. So the first 2 studios is Compulsion Games, who developed South of Midnight, Re Happy Few, and another 2.5D platformer. I can't remember what it's called. And Double Fine Productions, who developed the Psychonauts series. They are going completely indie. They are going the indie direction. So, Double Fine, I know for a fact, was indie. I also think Compulsion Games was at one point an indie studio before being bought by Xbox, as in they were independent, but they still they were independent because their first game was independently made, I believe, but it was helped published by other studios and stuff. And Re Happy Few was backed on a Kickstarter. So they that was a Kickstarter thing, and then Gearbox came in and helped with the rest of the funding. And Double Fine, they've been indie for a good while, and Xbox bought them. So it's not like they haven't really been indie before. But it's crazy that they've only really released I think they released, actually, Compulsion Games only released 1 game under Xbox. Double Fine at least has released, I think, 3 games. They released Psychonauts 2. They released a Psychonauts VR game, I believe, under Xbox as funding. They released a game called The Keeper, I think. Did they reference The Keeper in this? Yeah, The Keeper, and is it this game, which was like a multiplayer game or something? I think that might have been it, but I'm not really sure. But of course, they're famous for Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, Helllander. But they've made statements. They had 2 statements pop up. I don't think they're going to show the statements in this article. But yeah. Double Fine has been gone indie, which is good. That's actually great. Ninja Theory and Undead Labs. I'm guessing Ninja Theory could not be able to go indie, even though before Xbox bought them, Hellblade was an indie game. It was a AA game, but it was indie in the sense of they were independent. That's what I mean. They were just independently made. It still had a very much a triple A budget, or at least a AA budget. And so this is Ninja Theory and Undead Labs, Undead Labs are the developers of State of Decay 3, and State of Decay 1 and 2 and stuff. And they are being sold. Now, I don't know if to join new ownership with funding to complete and grow the State of the new game from Ninja Theory and State of Decay 3 from Undead Labs. Microsoft did not announce who might be buying Ninja Theory and Undead Labs, but continued funding for the studio's recent project is good news. That is good news. I would 100% that this very much great news. I've played a little bit of State of Decay 1. I have not fully played it. But what I have played about it, it was a fun little game. I liked it. I very much enjoyed that game, and I was very excited for the third game. When it was first announced, it looked like it was being more gritty and realistic, and then it was been in development for a while, and then they finally revealed it, and it looked like a better version of State of Decay 1 and 2. It was still that cartoony style, which was very different compared to the a first ever reveal trailer, which was more grounded and more realistic. And then when they revealed the gameplay and stuff, it was like it was like a better version of State of Decay 1, which is fine, but I thought that was crazy. And then Ninja Theory, of course they made Hellblade 1, DMC, the Devil May Cry reboot, Enslaved Odyssey, Heavily Sword. And so again, they have not talked about who bought these studios, but that's honestly good news. And if Microsoft is giving away and selling things, hey, Microsoft, how about you sell The Evil Within to Tango? Because I'd rather knowing that they have it than you have it. Because as far as I know, they've never confirmed if Tango has never confirmed if they own the rights to Evil Within. All they've ever said is they own the rights to Hi-Fi Rush, and that is it. They don't know. We don't know if they own the rights to Evil Within or to Ghostwire Tokyo. So it is 100% believed that Microsoft still very much owns the IP to those games. And you know what? Hey, Microsoft, fucking sell those, okay? Sell them. Because at least I would know that Tango Games would be working on it. And if Tango doesn't get the money, then it would suck, but at least sell it to someone who could probably sell it to Tango. Maybe, like in the future or something. I'm not really sure, but I'd rather Microsoft not own Evil Within, because I don't think they're going to do anything with it at all. Arcane Studios' fate is unclear. Arcane, the main Arcane Studio, because if you're confused by why we're talking about Arcane Studio, like, didn't that get shut down already? No. Arcane Austin was shut down. It was a different division. It was a separate division from Arcane, the Arcane Studio in, is it France, I think? This Arcane Studios is the main studio that developed Dishonored. Dishonored 2. Arcane Austin developed Prey, Dishonored, and not Dishonored, Prey, Deathloop, and Redfall. Those were the developers, with Arcane Austin, and Arcane Austin also helped develop, Dishonored 2 and stuff. But them mainly focused on the games Prey, Deathloop, and Redfall. So those are two different studios: Arcane Austin and Arcane Studios. Two different studios. Arcane Austin was shut down like a good few years ago. Arcane Studios was still around, and they were developing the Blade game. Their fate is unclear at the moment. We have no clue if they're going to get shut down. They are still working on the Blade game, because they have talked about it on social media. They've responded to people going, "Yeah, we're still working on it." But at the moment, their fate is unclear. We don't know where they're going to be going, because Microsoft owned, they're a part of ZeniMax Media. And it seems with ZeniMax also had some layoffs and stuff, and it sucks. Now I don't know. It says other Microsoft studios are seeing cuts and cancellations. I want to see what the cancellation is. including Activision, Bethesda, ZeniMax, Blizzard, King, Mojang, are also planned that include shifting investment to focus on higher priority projects. So anything that's very smaller, and that probably also means like Minecraft might get the funding cut, which is a very successful game. But so far, if they are having to do all this fucking cuts and layoffs, maybe it's probably showing that Game Pass is doing nothing. How the fuck are you saying Game Pass is successful when you're having to lay off people? What the fuck? That said, none of our first-party publicly announced games or projects are being canceled as a part of their reduction. Okay. As it also has a part of Xbox Reset, Mojang and King will now report directly to Shoma. These two studios have increasingly become platforms and are largest by our largest by month active players, she said. So yeah, but that's not all. Oh my gosh, because there was layoffs at Xbox. id Software, the developers of Doom, have seen a large majority of their studios laid off. This has been the most largest layoff in the gaming industry we've ever seen. And I saw this talk about because John Romero posted it on Blue Sky how he feels for the people being laid off at id, and he can very much relate to them because he left id and stuff back in the day, and he very much, and there was a very lovely like post he made on Blue Sky. But it's fucking crazy that Xbox is fucking shutting down, laid off fucking id. Id has made some fucking incredible games. They made Doom Internal, Doom. I'm talking about just to be clear, the studio that it is now, I doubt anyone that ever worked on the original Doom games, like Doom 1, 2, 3, and stuff like that, worked at id during the Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages era. So, but they've made all those games. They made Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages. Fucking incredible games. Amazing games. Like, just the best in first-person shooters, honestly. Like, they very much brought back first-person shooters. They didn't bring back classic-style first-person shooters, because the game very much did not still have a level design like a classic first-person shooter. It was more in line with something like Painkiller, the original Painkiller, or Serious Sam in its level design. Or Devil May Cry. But it was still fun. It was still incredible. And it was successful. It was critically acclaimed and successful. And Xbox rewards them by completely removing almost everyone at the studio. How the fuck does this billion-dollar company not able to afford these fucking employees? Tell me that. Tell me how this billion-dollar company is not able to fucking afford these studios. It's not their fault you bought fucking Activision and fucked yourself in the ass. Like, god damn, this is fucking insane. This is awful. This is just the worst. And they literally released a DLC for Doom: The Dark Ages. We got a new DLC for this game. I still have not played Doom: The Dark Ages yet. I'm going to plan to. Do not worry, that's going to come up very soon. But they've released a DLC for it, and so far, I think it's out now. I've been seeing people play it and stuff, and I think I've been hearing some good things about it. It's just crazy that Xbox, instead of awarding these studios, they're like, you guys made a successful game? You're gone now. Fucking leave. Fucking leave. We don't need you. We don't need you. We want to make bigger games. We want to make bigger games. So let's remove the studios that are making bigger fucking games. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, Xbox. You're making so much fucking sense right now. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. And I do not blame the face of Xbox now, the new president, whatever, not president. I do not blame her, because I don't think it's fully in her control. I think it's higher ups above her, because there are people above her. She's just the face of Xbox. She's the one that has to take the backlash. She's the one that has to publicly be the face and say all the backlash shit. But she is not the person who makes the decision. She is not the person who says all this shit, who's doing all of this. She probably has like talked to them and like communicated and be like, well, this is what we should do and that. But overall, higher ups are going to be very over their heads and be like, well, I think we should do this. And it sucks that people like Phil Spencer and her are just taking the shit, like just fucking being blamed for everything, when we should just be blaming the studio as a whole, Xbox as a whole, PlayStation as a whole. We shouldn't be blaming just the fucking one face of the studio, because that's all they are. They're the face. They don't really make those decisions. And it sucks. It really does. It does suck that all these studios, and I want to make it clear, I feel more bad for the studios, the people being laid off, the people having to find a way to continue being alive, like either being sold or going independent. I feel more bad for her than people like Phil Spencer and stuff. Like I feel bad for more of the studios, the actual developers and stuff, because it sucks. Like, they're losing their jobs. And this industry is fucking hell to get like a new job out of here. Like, I have heard many horror stories of developers who have gotten fired and found it really fucking difficult to like get a new job, to find a new way of like trying to stay afloat. And it sucks. It really does suck. And I think Xbox and PlayStation are just fucking like are just doing a lot of stupid, dumb decisions, and it's just a shit show at this moment in time. It is just a shit show, and it's crazy how fucking bad the AAA industry is getting. And I do think the future of video games as a whole is ending. I know a lot of people don't agree, because it's like, oh, indie games look like that and this, and it's like, who cares? There's a lot of great indie games that are very much like very cinematic, and I'm not talking about double A, like Claire Obscure. I mean actual indie. And I do think there's gonna be a time where AAA development will probably be gone. We're gonna see like billions of dollars being invested in the game, and that's gonna go away very quickly, because I don't think we're gonna see more AAA style games being in development, because of how this industry is fucking itself. and it's just hell. It truly is hell. Anyways, I saw this video, and I saw this video uploaded by RGT85, who I like him, but he is very much only ever talked about the negative of stuff, which I guess I am also talking about the negative, but you can see here, I'm about to talk positive about things in a bit. Stuff that I'm actually excited about. But he's like spent his like newer career to talk about like the negatives, and he very much loves clickbait, because I clicked this with thinking, oh, this is going to be an actual response from PlayStation. I already kind of envisioned what my part of the video is going to talk about. Like, I'm going to find the article and I want to share my opinion about what they said, because I thought they were going to, because for a while people were like, Xbox hasn't tweeted anything on Twitter since their last post. They haven't posted anything on Twitter, which again, I saw that on like people on Blue Sky talking about that, and I'm like, what, why? Of course, they don't always post on social media, right? They just have to wait until something like a good like announcement or something happens. And honestly, I think I'm being proven more right, because I saw this video and it said PlayStation finally responds, and I was thinking like, oh, this is how I'm going to set up my portion of the video. I'm going to talk about how people were expecting to see a response from Twitter, from a response from PlayStation on Twitter or something, and they haven't been doing it for a while, and then they finally respond about all this, and I automatically assumed like, oh, they're going to be talking about how how they're still going to double down in their decision of stopping disc production. And so I'm like, okay, I want to see what this video says. I want to see what it is. So I watched the video, and then he reveals what PlayStation said, and PlayStation did not respond, because this is the post they made on Twitter. It is a fight stick, Switch. I don't have Twitter, so I can't look at this myself. So I'm going to use this video, and it's just talking about some kind of fight stick. Like, this was the most waste of my time possible video, and I only watched 3 minutes of it. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm not watching this. I barely watch. I will say I do barely watch RGT85. Once in a while, I'll click on a video just to see what the latest story he's talking about. Like, I want to be like, okay, what is the latest story, and would it be worthy of me to talk about it in my podcast or something? That's what I do most of the time. I get the gist of what the article or something is, and then I go find the article myself, and I read it and share my thoughts on it. And then I saw this, and I was like, this was a waste of my time, because it's nothing. It's nothing. And before you go, oh, he's probably says it. Nope. It's just about this fight stick. That is all this video is about. PlayStation finally responded? No, PlayStation did not respond. They did not talk about anything. This is not a response. Of course, people in the comments are shitting on it. Like, oh my god, you guys are not talking about it? Like, of course they're not going to talk about it. They've already made up their mind. They already said what they wanted to say. And at the moment in time, it has to be for the courts and stuff to make a decision if this is a monopoly. If this is like a decision of a monopoly. Because the reason why PlayStation has never went complete digital is because of like the European like courts and stuff, entertainment acts and shit, because they don't like monopolies. They don't like when companies try to be a monopoly, and this would very much be a reasoning of monopoly, because this would stop people from getting a sale through physical copies. The reason why PlayStation would have sales and shit on the store is because they were in competition with other apps and stuff that have sales and shit. For example, storefronts. People go in and buy a copy and stuff. And I do want to talk about this, about how people said, how PlayStation said no one buys physical copies anymore. They're just buying digital. We've seen the charts, and they're only buying digital. And I was thinking like, okay, so no one really buys physical anymore. And then I realized to myself like, what if no one's buying new physical? What if there is still a large majority of people buying physical copies of games? There are still a large majority of people buying physical copies, but they don't have the money to buy physical brand new because new games are around 60 to fucking $100 now. A brand new fucking game is around 60 to 100. That's still a lot of money. And so how do you save money? You find something that is a lot cheaper. And you want to know how you can find stuff that is a lot cheaper? Going on Facebook Marketplace, going through retro game stores that sell like the games cheaper, going through eBay. You going through these used marketplaces to buy your game used for a cheaper price. Now, of course, that could not be a possibility. Like maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't people buying used products. But what if there are? What if a large majority of people who buy physical don't buy brand new physical and only buy brand new used? Because a lot of times used is going to be 1,000 times cheaper than on digital. And with that being removed, then you will never have another option to go to. And that's what the courts are always worried about. They're always like, this could cause monopoly where you can only go to one place and shit. And I wonder how they're going to find a way to talk about this for them and stuff, like in a way to weasel themselves out. Because you could say, well, they still have a competition with Steam and Xbox. Yeah, but only for a small amount of people. Because not everyone has both a PC or an Xbox. No one has. So people who play on PlayStation are only going to really play, and since there's no longer a storefront, there's no longer like you can go out to buy your game physical, they're going to completely remove that option, and there's a chance that we might not even see game sales anymore. There's a chance from our PlayStation will always make the game $60. You know how through the years you can now buy like a game that's been released on, let's say, Bloodborne. Bloodborne, when it first ever released on PS4, was $60 when it first ever released. It is now $10. It is now $10 to $20. It's usually $10 on sale. It's $20 not on sale because a mini game years go by, and because you can probably find the game cheaper somewhere else, so they have to make it cheap as possible through the years. Now imagine the physical storefront is gone. All that PlayStation has in competition with is Xbox and Steam. Steam's always going to do the Steam sale. But again, that would be a small majority, and PlayStation knows this. PlayStation knows it's like a small majority of people who have multiple systems. And even then, PlayStation games are no longer coming to PC. So, what does that mean? Well, those games that released like a good few years back will still be $60. And they probably will never go down in price. And I think they're going to slowly remove sales and shit. They're going to be it's going to be awful. I don't like this idea of not having physical games. Even if you never fucking used a physical game and you did digital, it helped you on getting sales. At least it helped you on getting sales, because then people could just be like, oh, I'm going to go buy my game physically. But it's just crazy. And I just remembered a story. Talking about PlayStation that I did want to talk about. Like I learned like yesterday or something. So let me look for it. So apparently people found in the people found like in the terms of service or something, because people finally probably read the terms of service during this whole like PlayStation is going to stop doing physical games and stuff. They found out that after about 3 years, if your account is inactive after 3 years, PlayStation could wipe out your games. They could very much wipe out everything you bought and delete your PlayStation account. And that's fucking insane. All the monies you spent on a game could be gone. Just disappeared. Because you happened to stop playing games for 3 years. Maybe you started playing games on your PC and only occasionally you'd be like, you know what? And 3 years later, you're like, you know what? I want to play a PlayStation game again. So I want to go and hook up my PlayStation system and play it. 3 years later, though, your account's been deleted, all your digital games fucking gone. You really want an all digital future? You guys want an all digital future, huh? With PlayStation literally saying if your account is inactive for fucking 3 years, your account will be deleted and all the games you bought will be gone as well. Oh my god, there's my dog, by the way. Oh, my dog. Tootie patootie. Anyways, so, yeah, let's talk about the visual medium and be like, oh my gosh, there's my dog. Isn't she cute? She's just looking at me like, what are you talking about? Are you fucking insane, dude? Who are you talking to? There's no one there. I'm talking to no one. It's just the voices in my head, honey. Anyways, yeah, I don't agree with an all digital future. I truly don't. I never have, I never will, and I am not excited. Not excited for companies to screw you over. Anyways, let's move over and talk about a new game trailer. This is a game called Flesh and Wire. It is a sequel to the original Postal. Postal is a game made by Running with Scissors, and it was a very controversial video game because Postal 1, the original Postal 1, it was like a top-down shooter. And your goal, you played a man named the Postal Dude. And again, the game's called Postal. You know, like the mail service. Well, there's a known phrase going postal because there was a mailman who got mad and went postal. And so the game Postal is that concept where you're an insane guy and you believe the cops and the government is after you and you have to go postal. I'm trying to say it. No, I'm not trying to be visual about like saying what it is. And Postal 2 was a lot more comedic because people the government and stuff like this is an awful game. This is terrible. This is awful. It's telling kids to go shoot up things. It's just like a video game. Yeah, it's strange, but it's a video game. So Running with Scissors made Postal 2, where it was very much more offensive. It was a very much more offensive game. Like it was very more comedic. It didn't take itself seriously, and it was very much a lot more offensive because it made fun of a lot of stereotypes. And it had a lot of piss and shit humor, and it was just like a juvenile type game. It was first person, so it was no longer top down, and it was very comedic. Like it didn't take itself seriously at all. It did not take itself seriously. And the whole concept of the game is the tagline I do believe was the game is only as violent as you are, because you can play that entire game as like a pacifist. Like you cannot kill anyone. You even get like an achievement saying you're Jesus Christ or something because you did not kill anyone. I never got that achievement. But I love the Postal series. It's fucking stupid. It's dumb. It's a very dumb series, and even the developers know It's not a serious series. They don't take it seriously. They don't do any of that shit. They're like, this is just something that's just for shits and giggles. That's really it. I see it on the level of like South Park, of its offensiveness, where I don't think the developers really believe the stuff, but they're also just trying to get you offended. That's really it. And I find the games fun. I mostly play them because they're just fun. I find them fun little games. That's really it. They're just little fun games. So Flesh and Wire was a game that's been in development. They have talked about being in development for a while. It was like one of their like there's gonna be like their third ever game they're gonna make after Postal 2, which was gonna be like, it was originally in development like in the 2000s, or either early or late 2000s. And it got canceled. And many people were like, well, I would have loved to seen Flesh and Wire because it was like a psychological horror game. That's what it was going to be, the first like really serious game. And so last year they announced Flesh and Wire has returned, and this time it was going to tie in with Postal 1. So now you played as a woman who was a victim of the Postal dude from Postal 1. And they released a new trailer, and I thought it would be fun to kind of just react to it, I guess. So this is the part of the podcast where you're probably going to have to watch it, but I probably talk when I can. Hopefully there's stuff I can say. So let's just get into it. So we played it, and it says likely mature 17. The game will get a PlayStation 5 release, it said, so it's going to be M rated. And look at that, the first shot, she's got barbed wire on her arm. She got like an Uzi. It's first person, just like Postal 2 and 4, and Postal Brain Damage. Postal 3 is the game we don't talk about. It's a bad game. It really is like an awful game. And it's third person. It's a third person game. But looks like she's in a hallway exit, and she's just reload her gun, and now she's killing people. She's killing everyone. Oh my god! It's probably, this game I'm guessing is going to be like about the cycle of violence and stuff like that, where Postal Dude went on a rampage killing people who were like the police and soldiers and stuff who were trying to kill him personally, and he also hurt like civilians. And I think the same thing is going to be like here as well in this game, and it's going to show the cycle of violence over and over. Like she's going to, because we do see in the first trailer a Postal Dude, so I very much think it's going to be like she's going to hallucinate thinking the cops are helping Postal Dude. In reality, that's not really what's happening at all. Like she's going to very much like she's been traumatized, and it's going to show the cycle of like violence and stuff. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to do that, and how like, very much this game is their most serious game ever. Like just by watching the trailers, it's been very more serious in its tone, and it looks so good.
Piecing the world together.
Like, oh my gosh, that shot with the soldier. What? Yeah, it sounds like she's saying something, but I have it so low that I don't know. It seems, yeah, he just morphed into the Postal Dude, it looked like, I think. It went too fast, like I couldn't pause it in time. But I'm trying to, but it looks like this soldier that we see walking across the room, like there's a soldier in this shot, he's just kind of walking with a shotgun, and the camera kind of flickers and stuff, and it looks like the Postal Dude. Yeah, it is. It is. I paused it right at the right moment. That is like a demonic version of the Postal Dude. Like you can barely see it, but that is the Postal Dude from Postal 1. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh no, it's a demon. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind, I'm wrong. It's a demon. I thought I saw sunglasses in like the jacket. Maybe that it was more. Maybe this creature is a representation of the Postal Dude. Maybe, or is this, or the soldiers are going to look like demons? Probably. So we got some gun battle. Oh my gosh, there's vehicles in this game. We're seeing vehicles and stuff. She's riding on this four-wheeler, and she's holding her revolver out. So is there going to be like some open world elements into this? That'd be fucking, maybe not open world, but semi-open world. Like, is there going to be some semi-open world elements where you can explore a little area? And that would be very interesting. I do think this game was going to be a first-person version of Postal 1. Like, this is basically Running with Scissors' first-person remake of Postal 1. But it's also a sequel.
Revealing truth.
We see the shotgun, which it looks like a good-ass shotgun. It's a pump action. I love the design of it. Like, that looks really good. Like, I can't really describe it very well, but it's kind of like the top of the barrel. It was cool. Like, it's really hard for me to explain, but I really like it.
To me.
And it looks like that area, like we just saw with the shotgun, it looks like some kind of like mansion or something. Like it looks like a some kind of government facility, not government facility, like government building.
Feeling
Maybe, I'm not really sure. Like maybe the mayor's office or something. I'm very interested. And then, like, for a split second, we see this monster, this demon or alien or whatever. It's like an alien. Maybe it would play into the idea of she thinks aliens are taking over. Because I don't know. It's very much, it's going to play into the idea that she's hallucinating and she's going to see demons and stuff. Like, probably her idea is she thinks people are possessed by demons and shit. Like, I'm very interested to see the rest of this game. And we've seen a lot of the guns and stuff. We just saw like a rifle. It looks like a rifle, and then we see the four-wheeler and the revolver.
The wire makes me stronger.
And we're getting a good look at our main character. She's got blue hair. She's wearing this like blue vest. Like she very much looks like an e-girl. Yeah, an e-girl. Oh shit, the game's about a killer e-girl. E-girl. My gosh. Stronger. And we got, wait, does she have... No, you can block. Oh, because she got barbed wire on, you can block bullets. God damn, this girl fucking... God damn.
And the dead man.
You can block birds. Oh, there's the postal dude. That is the postal dude right there. That is the postal dude from the first game. Again, there are different postal. There's postal dude. There's postal 1 dude. Postal 2, 4 dude. And then postal 3 dude. He's a separate dude as well.
Oh no, it stinks.
There he is. Oh my god. Holy shit. I wonder it's the original voice actor for postal dude from the first game. It's really heavily tie in. Rick Hunter, I believe his name is. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And it's like some kind of demon at the end on it. Like it's got like it's using like its 2 arms to crawl and stuff, and it kind of has like this snail looking body, and then it's got like a tail that's kind of like a scorpion-esque tail, and it pounces at you at the end. That is fucking cool. That is so cool. And it's coming 2027. And we got a new enemy at the end. This shows the release date 2027. Wishlist now on Steam and PlayStation 5. It's also coming out on GOG. You can play it on your Steam Deck / Steam machine if you got that. And it shows a guy at the end, this monster, and it looks like he's in a wheelchair. And he has 4 arms maybe, or maybe even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arms. Because I don't know, maybe that's just like his chest or something, but it kind of looks like arms being kind of hold in place to the chest. But I don't know, I can't really tell. No, it's just his chest, because he's just kind of like very like skinny and stuff, and he's got like some kind of wrapping on his face. I'm not really sure. It looks like a cool design, and we get a full look at our main character, and she has a Siamese cat. What? Yeah, you got a little Siamese cat. And the cat jumped on us. The cat killed us. How dare, this looks cool. I gave that a like. I'm so excited for that. The comments made exclusively by humans. Love to see that. Wait, does it say that at the end? Does it say that in the game? What? Said made exclusively by humans, because if you don't know, Running with Scissors at one time licensed out the Postal series. There was going to be like this Postal game made by this random indie developer, and it was a first person roguelike game. It was not being made by Running with Scissors, and the game heavily used AI. And the developers tried to manipulate and lie to people, saying it wasn't AI. They even lied to Running with Scissors, and then it came out to be it was AI. And Running with Scissors had to publicly apologize and also completely remove the deal. So I don't know where they're seeing made by people, but I can see very much this game is made by people. And it looks good. Like I really love it. Yep, here it is. It's in the last few minutes of the trailer, and like the trademark area, the registered trademarks. It says made exclusively by humans in the bottom. That's fucking awesome. That's what I like to see. The Earth is also thirsty. Buff Wizard say, which I do like his YouTube videos. He makes good YouTube videos. We are at the place called Climax and the time called now. The world fandom is hungry. Hell yeah. I am so excited for this. This is going to be so good. Like, I'm so interested to see how we're going to delve deep into this story. I do very much think it's going to be like a cycle of violence and stuff. I'm so excited. But now we're going back. I just want to react to that, give my thoughts on that. Very much excited for that. It was very fun. But my next story is I want to talk about this. This is technically old news. Go away, ad. This is technically old news because this is from June 23rd. But I wanted to talk about this because I've been excited for it. New Blair Witch Project movie sets fall 2027. So it is a new movie, and it's being made by Blumhouse and Atomic Monster, and YouTube horror space filmmaker Dylan Clark is behind the new pick. He recently signed on with Universal to adapt his horror short Portrait of God, with Sam Raimi and Jordan Peele producing. Oh, holy shit. What? Okay. You got whatever that movie is. I'm excited. But what I do know about this is, like, it's going to be helped. Yeah. Exclusive, like, producers include the 1990s film creators. So the original filmmakers. And alongside original film cast. Oh, really? Oh. I know only one person did not return, and it's the girl from the first movie, because she said they asked her to they said that they were going to use some kind of AI. That's what she kind of implied, that they're going to use some AI, and she couldn't sign on to that. So there's a negative there. So hopefully she just misunderstood, and they were probably going to DH her with CGI. But if it was AI, then no. But I'm hoping for the best. Here's the thing: I did not like 2016's Blair Witch. I also did not like the Bloober Team Blair Witch game, which I've made pretty clear if you've watched my Chronos playthrough. I did not like the Bloober Team's Blair Witch game or the 2016 reboot movie. I thought those were very bad. And I'm hoping this is so much better, because I love the Blair Witch franchise. I love the original movie, and I love Blair Witch 2, but I love it to a point to where I want to see the director's cut of Blair Witch 2, because if you don't know the history of Blair Witch 2, The Book of Shadows, it was very much planned to be a different movie than what we got theatrically. And the studio did not like what the director made, and they basically butchered it in editing and add random shots of like they added a shot where it shows the campers killing other random campers and shit, because the producers like, this needs more blood, this needs more gore, and because the movie itself did not have, the original director's cut did not have any of those elements, and it got butchered to hell. So I do love the movie. I just want to see the updated version. I want to see the better version, the director's cut. And so far, Lionsgate has been refusing to release a director's cut of Blair Witch 2, and people have been begging them. They've been, we want it, and they just kind of said no. But I'm hoping this new movie is fucking is finally returned to form, and finally 10 times better than 2016. Oh my god. I hope it's just better. I hope it's better. Please, for fuck's sake, be better. I hated 2016. I hated it. I wanted to go see that movie. I bought a ticket. I went in theaters, and I hated it so much. I wanted to leave so many times, but I was younger. I didn't have a ride home. I had to wait for my parents to pick me up. I also don't know if I had a cell phone or not at the time. I think I did. But I was just like, I already told them the movie's going to end at this certain time. So I'm going to wait for them, and I'm just going to sit here and suffer. But I hated that movie. It just irritated the piss out of me, because it was like every 5 seconds there was an annoying jump scare, and it wasn't like someone walked into the frame like, "Oh, how you doing, Jim?" Or it was like a monster going. Brrr. It was literally transitions. Every time they turn off the camera, it made this a loud, annoying fucking sound. And it was there to catch you off guard. It was a jump scare. They used the fucking turn off sound of a camera, the cut of a camera, to fucking use a jump scare. And that was fucking annoying. I hated that movie, and it sucked because I loved the writer and the director of that movie, because they made You're Next and The Guest, which were two fucking great horror movies, and that just fucking sucked. That sucked. So I'm hoping this new Blair Witch movie, I'm begging, is just so much better. It's set to release fall 2027. So let's go to the next story. No ad. Fuck you. So the VHS franchise, which is an anthology found footage series, they have it's very much looking like a VHS family video, and they tell multiple different stories, and it's always got some different director directing a movie. There's some well-known directors who made a whole bunch of shorts for the VHS franchise. It's a great series. I've only seen VHS 1, 2, and Viral, the third movie. I have not seen the other ones after that, and I would love to eventually. I've heard great things about the later VHS movies. I've very much heard great things. Like this short right here is this one they have in the screenshot, which is like this chainsaw and this demonic monster. That I've heard so many great things about that. And funny enough, that is actually the people who made that short film are the ones developing the game Ill. So they made the special effects on the monsters and directed this short film. And it's based on concept art they had, and they posted it on the internet. And then VHS saw that and I guess funded them to make it into a full short for their movie, for one of their VHS films. And I've heard great things about it. It's in one of the movies after Viral. I will say I loved VHS 1 and 2. I thought those were great movies. Viral sucked. It was terrible. I hated that one. but I've heard great things about the later sequels after Viral, so I need to watch them. But they are set to make a new VHS film. But the best thing about this is it's based on the every short film in this new VHS thing is going to be based on the SCP Foundation. Now, what is the SCP Foundation? The SCP Foundation, which stands for Secure, Contain, Protect, is a massively popular collaborative fiction project and internet-based creative writing universe. Basically, this website, like the SCP Foundation, they basically allow people to create their own stories, and each story is very much like a creepypasta in a way, but it's all in the ploys of a document for a government organization. Basically, this government organization is studying different supernatural elements that are either very dangerous or not dangerous. There are some that range from like dangerous to world-ending monsters to seamlessly mundane objects that have impossible properties. There are some that are like, it's like a weird lamp that you look under it and it has a different universe in it or something like that. That's something I just made up, but it's something like that. Or there's a monster that could literally destroy the whole world if you touch this object. There's a monster inside this object. If you touch it, it could blow up the whole world. Basically, it's the range of like craziness that they are doing. And this organization, this foundation, is there to kind of observe these objects, contain them, and protect the people. And it's very fascinating. There are many video games, stories. There's like short films on YouTube and stuff. It's a very interesting thing. And they're official games. There's a game that recently came out called Annie Go Home or something. I can't remember what it's called. But I've heard great things about that game. I've not played it myself, but I heard amazing things about it. And there's like tons and tons of SCP. There's one that there are some that are genuinely original creations, and there are some that are based on like popular TV shows and movies, because it's made by people who probably grew up on like creepypastas, and then creepypastas based on video games or movies. Like there's one called Ben Drowned, which is a creepypasta, and that one is about a haunted Zelda Majora Mask copy. So there's people who grew up with creepypastas and probably use that inspiration to create their stories for the SCP Foundation, because I do believe there is an SCP that is just a haunted Garfield phone. There's also one that's like a haunted SpongeBob object. So they very much do use like that, but there are generally some really creative ones. There's one that was in the game. The SCP Containment Breach, which is a great little indie game, and one of the monsters is this SCP that if you blink, it could snap your neck. So basically, a weeping angel, but it's like has a different design that turns out like this one right here with the big head, yellow skin, multiple eyes on his face. It turns out that they used like an image from an artist. And many games that later would adapt the SCP Foundation had to basically create their own version of that said SCP, because the model the original SCP poster used about this whipping angel creature, they used a copyrighted like statue. Like this artist made a statue that had nothing to do with the SCP, and the person who created that weeping angel SCP was like, I'm going to use this image because it looks pretty creepy. And then it was revealed it was a copyrighted image. And so many game developers who started to sell their SCP games had to basically rework the design of that SCP. I'm calling it the Weeping Angel one because I'm like, I don't know its actual name. But it's so cool, and I very much can see a VHS movie working as this, because basically the VHS structure is this. The first one begins with someone breaking into a house, and there was and they were recording it or something on their VHS camera, and they walked through the room, and there was a bunch of TVs, and there was a bunch of VHSs. And so they And so each like story is a different VHS being played. And I very much can see them structure it as you are an SCP, like you're monitoring SCP stuff. Like you're a person who's monitoring different tapes of different SCP like videos and stuff. You're a government a scientist or something, and you sit down and you decided to watch a bunch of different VHS tapes that show evidence of different types of SCPs. Oh my god, that would be fucking. I'm so excited for this because I love the SCP's Foundation. I do love it. I love the different video games. I love the short films. It's a very fascinating little thing. And there's a movie that's actually in development. It has a Kickstarter and stuff about the SCP Foundation. It's separate from the VHS one. It's a different movie. And so I'm very excited for that movie too. But VHS making one? Oh, that's just going to be amazing. And it's perfect for this universe. And I am so excited. Like I genuinely am. It's going to be very awesome. So I got one more thing to share. So we're going to talk about my next story. And I wanted to do a mini review on a movie I watched. It's called Good Boy. Yeah, this is the horror movie about a dog. It's all through this perspective of a dog who I believe is called Henry in this movie. As a loyal dog moves to a rural family home with his owner Todd, only discovers supernatural forces lurking in the shadows. As dark entities threaten his human companion, the brave pup must fight to protect the one he loves most. So basically, that's the short version of it. But the film kind of begins with, we see Henry laying on the couch with his owner, and his owner has some kind of disease or something, and he had to be hospitalized. And he decided he did not like the hospital, so he got out. And instead of staying close to his sister, he decided to move into a home that his grandfather owned. It was a house in the middle of the woods. And and because of that, people believe the house was haunted. His sister would talk about his house being haunted, and the main character didn't believe that. Todd, he's like, I don't give a shit about that. But you see Henry very much notice all this stuff, and the movie itself is awesome. Like I love this movie. Like the trailer shows like footage of Henry getting older and stuff. And the thing is, this is actually this is the director's dog. This is the director and writer's dog. The movie has a very small cast and crew credits. Very small. Indy. His name's not Henry, it's Indy. I think Henry's the other dog we see later on. Indy. I'm so sorry. The main character is called Indy. So sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this movie is it's actually really well shot. Basically how they filmed it, I watched the behind the scenes of it, and it's so fascinating because this is not a professional dog. This is not a Hollywood professional trained animal. This is literally just the filmmaker's dog. This is just the filmmaker's dog, and basically what he had to do was there are shots in the trailer where you don't see. There are times where you don't see the owner or the other humans' faces. It's either the back or you either see the side of the body or just their legs and stuff. It's always focused on this perspective of the dog. Like it's only showing the view of the dog. It never shows anyone's face. And the reason why, and when it does show the faces of Todd or someone, it's because they're the only ones in the shot. Because how they did this film was they had to do, what I've heard is they shot this movie in a span of like a couple years or something, and only in 1 to 2 hour like filming schedule. Because again, their dog, Indy, is not a trained professional dog. It is literally just a house dog. So they had to film a lot of scenes where they were in like one little area, and like let's say there's a shot in the movie where we see Todd walk through the house when he first enters the house. He's walking through the house, and in the movie, he's talking normally. He's like, "Okay, buddy, we're here. How you? We're doing good. Like, this place is probably going to be our home for a while. The lights are out, so I gotta go fix them and stuff." Like, he's basically talking casually. If you watch the behind the scenes, there's a behind the scenes extra which shows them recording that scene, and you hear the director going, "Okay, stay, come here, boy, come here, Indy, stay, sit, stay." Basically, almost every shot you hear. There's one shot where this old man in the movie is helping Todd get this generator so that when the power goes out, he can use the generator to power up the house. And you don't see the old guy because you just see in the far shot. And when you're watching the movie in context, you're going, "Okay, that's really an old guy over there, right?" Because he's blurry and stuff. You barely see him. And Todd is picking up, and Henry's just sitting there like a good boy watching everything. And you're hearing them talk and stuff like, "Well, I hope you know how to set up that generator. If you need help, just call me." He goes, "Yeah, I will. And he puts the generator in there. And it turns out the old man is the director's wife. And they're like, in the behind the scenes, like, "Indy, stay, sit, stay." Like, the whole time they're just like, stay. And it's so done. And most of the movie is just like the shots of the dog. And because they use an old like silent film technique, there was this filmmaker. There's a short film, like a silent short film, and it shows a guy just standing like this. And at first you're like, this guy's just kind of sitting just motionally, like he's not really doing anything. And then it cuts to a bowl of food, and it cuts back to the guy just doing this, just straight face, looking at the camera, have no emotion. But because you saw that bowl of food, you now have to go, "Oh, he's hungry." You now have the idea of him being hungry. And then it shows the face again, the guy's face, and it cuts to a little girl in a coffin. And it cuts back to his face. And now you got the idea of, oh, he's mourning, he's upset, he's sad. But the guy doesn't change his facial expressions at all. You're just using context clues. You're using context of what is happening in the scene to basically manipulate you into thinking this is what the characters are thinking. And the director does this very well because there's a shot where Indy sees a ghost behind the curtains in the bedroom. And because he has this kind of like he doesn't really have an expression of face, and he's not panting or anything. He's like, he doesn't have a smile. He just kind of just looks like this, but he's moving his head and stuff. And in reality, he wasn't actually scared. His owner, the director, was holding like a stuffed animal, going, look over here, Indy, look over here, look it over here. You see that, Indy? Here you go." And anytime there was a shot where Indy had his mouth open and he was kind of panting or something, it would, because they did have a short film, and there's like a proof of concept short you can watch in the making of featurette. And they showed a clip from that. And there's a shot where Indy, he's all smiling and stuff, like, and it kind of ruins the atmosphere of it, because it's like, that does not work. Like, he needs to not be, he needs to not do anything with his mouth or anything. He needs to just be kind of looking like this. And they did this movie, and how they edit it and how they put it together and how they basically kind of manipulate you with the audio and the visuals and basically just kind of doing all that. It is done so well, and it's absolutely a fantastic movie. I love this movie. Like, I love this. And if you're worried about if the dog dies, technically this is a spoiler, but I'm not going to explain the context of it. No. He doesn't die. He doesn't die. Not going to explain anything about that, but just in case you're worried about the dog dying, he doesn't die. That's fine. I'm not going to explain anything about the ending. I'm not going to explain anything in this movie, the story wise. It is fucking done well. It's not a jump scare movie. Like, there isn't really any jump scares in this. It is all just atmosphere, and it can creep you out. And it is a well done horror movie. And I know I have not been showing any clips of the trailer here, but Indy is a great actor, even though he's not really acting or anything. He's just watching his owner doing something, because when you watch the movie, you really get the sense of this dog's a great performer. Like, he's really emoting. Like, I can really sense this thing of dread from this dog. Like, this dog seems terrified right now. He seems absolutely scared. Like, he's curious and scared. Like, oh my god, this dog's a great actor. How did you guys do this? And in reality, what they did was just manipulate you through editing, like silent film techniques and editing, and it's done so well. I love this movie. It is absolutely a fantastic movie, and I am absolutely glad I got this on Blu-ray and I finally watched this movie. I wish I saw this in theaters, because this was good. This was a good movie. And there is like this being in this movie that is just, its design is so creepy looking. It's so cool looking. Like, oh my, I love this movie. Like, if you have not seen Good Boy, go watch this movie now. One of the most emotive actors of this generation, yeah, even though he's not really emoting. It's all done through editing tricks, and I love it. This movie is absolutely incredible. Highly recommend. Like, and definitely, if you get the Blu-ray of this, watch the special features, watch the making of featurette, watch that all. Like, watch the development diary, watch the behind the scenes extra, watch it all. It's absolutely incredible. I loved watching all the stuff on this. I love watching the making of featurette. Like, this is a great movie. Like, it really is. This is a great horror movie. And this was awesome. Like, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. It is so good. Highly recommend Good Boy right here. He is a good boy. Look at him. Look at that. Look at Indy. He's a good boy. And Henry is another dog in the movie. Like, I messed up in the beginning, but it is another dog in the movie. But yeah, I love this movie. I love it. So good. It is so good. It is a fantastic movie. Definitely highly recommend. And if you tell me if you had any thoughts about all these stories, like the studios either being sold or getting laid off or becoming independent. What do you think about PlayStation going to delete your account after 3 years in inactivity? What do you think about a new Blair Witch movie, or a new VHS movie that's based on the SCP Foundation? What do you think about Flesh and Wire? Are you excited for that? Like, tell me your thoughts on everything here, or one specific thing that you found interesting in the comments down below. It really helps me out. Also, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. But I do recommend if you also follow me on Twitch, because Twitch, I do a lot of streaming of video games, different type of video games here and there. Mostly horror, but I am a variety streamer. I play retro to newer games that are either AA, AAA, or indie. I also play a variety of different genre of games, like platformers to point-and-click games to action adventures, narrative story games to first-person shooters or third-person shooters. But most of the games I do play, the most popular genre that I play like a lot of, is horror, because I really love the horror genre. I definitely recommend if you follow me over at Twitch. But I also do upload some of my Twitch streams here on my YouTube channel as full game playthroughs, or when I do the live react to a game showcase, because I do live react on Twitch, I'll upload to here on YouTube. So I have like the Nintendo Direct, the State of Play, the Xbox Showcase live here on YouTube, and I will live react on Twitch to future game showcases as well. But if you do like that content, then subscribe for the full gameplay through the live reaction or this podcast. If you love this podcast, there'll be more episodes. Definitely recommend you give me a subscribe for this podcast. It's fantastic. It's great. It's the best podcast ever. That's probably not true at all, but it's a good podcast, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.